Welcome to Entrepreneur Unlimited. I'm your host, Tani Heipel, and each week we're diving into the heart of building a sustainable, feel-good business that's authentically you. And in today's episode, we're talking about vision, specifically how you can break through the suffocating weight of potential and bring your unique vision to life with more confidence and purpose. Every entrepreneur knows that weight, the potential you feel, but maybe aren't quite sure how to execute. I know I've been there so many times. It's that gap between having a dream and actually making it real. So today I want to unpack what makes your vision worth fighting for. When I started my second business, I asked myself the same question: what is my edge? And I would talk to others about my ideas, and sometimes it would fall flat, or I'd get a list of things that I should be doing. I should be in air quotes, instead of what I wanted to do. So I had to make some decisions even through the doubt. I even had ideas that I didn't share with others because I didn't want to hear the naysaying. I didn't want to bear the weight of others' doubt. And you know what? That's what actually worked for me. Because my vision is my own and not everyone will see what I see. I learned that in my second business, not in my first business. In my first business, I tried to do what everybody wanted me to do and what I thought I should be doing. In my second business, I learned how to keep something sacred and tune into what was calling to me. Because we live in a world that is overflowing with voices, and it can be so overwhelming. But here's the thing. Your angle, your spark, your edge, that's what makes you stand out. Nobody's going to do it like you. So what do you bring to the table? That's the foundation you build your brand on. If you're wondering where to start, I want you to think about what excites you the most in your industry, and also think about what frustrates you in your industry and maybe what's lacking, because chances are your voice needs to be the one filling those gaps. You're going to find your people when you use your voice, even in an industry that seems full. So I want you to take a second to think about it. What is your spark? What's the one thing people can only get from you? Your story, your perspective, your takeaways. A lot of that knowing comes from doing some major internal reflection. Self-awareness is pretty key here. And if you're struggling with that, stick around because I'll dive more into self-awareness tactics in future episodes. But for now, I just want you to focus on tuning into what sparks excitement and what sparks joy when it comes to your business or creative career. Okay, now let's get real. If you're constantly leaning on other people's ideas just to stay afloat, then you're not being authentic. And trust me, over time, that shows, right? Because you can only run on others' ideas for so long before you run out of steam. You need your own vision to keep going. You need the things that spark joy in you to motivate you and inspire you to keep going. Imagine building a house with half of someone else's blueprint. Right? It might look good at first, but it's not yours. It's missing that personal touch, that solid foundation, and eventually cracks start to show. We can tell in this world of social media, where the veil has been lifted, what is authentic and what is inauthentic. And your business is the same way. Your vision has to be uniquely yours or it will start to show. Here's a tough question. Are you leaning on other people's ideas because you don't fully believe in your own? If you feel like you're recycling what's out there, then it might be time to go back to that drawing board and rediscover what your core offering is, your spark, your edge, right? Go back to that foundation because that's what you want to build from. If you don't know what that is and you feel like you go back to that and you don't have the joy you thought you did, then maybe it's not your calling, and that's okay. At least you know now, and you can start putting your efforts towards something that aligns with what truly calls to you. Think about your business right now. Are you building from a place of authenticity, or are you playing it safe with ideas that aren't really yours? Ideas that you think maybe work better, but are not going to be better in the long run. I guarantee that your ideas will work the best, especially in the long run. So you need to understand what space you're fighting for. And now some hard truth. Not everyone will be jazzed about your ideas. That's okay. Sometimes you've got to be your own biggest cheerleader. When I first started this journey, there were definitely moments where people didn't get what I was doing. But my vision is mine. And I'll tell you that nobody is going to cheer for you louder than you will cheer for you. At 40 years old, I've learned to tell myself that I'm proud of me and I'll still love me if I fail. And I can't tell you how big that is. I don't need anyone else's permission, right? Do I want others to love what I do and buy into it? Hell yeah, because my business is my livelihood. And as a creator, I take things very personally. But I'm doing this for the people that align with my vision and myself, not the naysayers. You need to find that courage inside of yourself, even when others don't see what you see, because that's what's going to keep you going. And who cares if you fail? You can always try again. If you don't go for it, how will you ever know if it will work? So it's better to take a risk and find out than sit back and wonder, what if? I want you to imagine yourself 10 years from now. What will you regret more? Trying and failing, or not trying at all? We only get this one life, probably. So what are you going to do with it? Have no fear of perfection because you'll never reach it. Thanks to Salvador Dali for that amazing quote that I tell myself pretty much every day. It really resonates with me because the doubt and the fear that I have, it's a part of being human, but we'll never be perfect. All you can do is be yourself and find that authentic connection with others who think like you or align with your ideals. So to recap, we've talked about the importance of finding your unique angle. And if you haven't done that, that's where you need to start. Find that edge that will make you stand out and feel confident in what seems like a sea of voices doing what you do. That is how you begin to build a business or a creative pursuit that's authentically you. And most of the time, I'll be real with you, you have to become your biggest cheerleader. Your vision is worth it. Rick Rubin mentions this in his book, The Creative Act, A Way of Being. If you have an idea you're excited about and you don't bring it to life, it's not uncommon for that idea to find its voice through another maker. Ideas aren't always unique, but what we do with them is important. And if it's calling to you, it means that the universe or God or whatever it is that you believe in is calling to you to bring it to life. If you ignore it, someone else is going to do it. Okay, so now's the time. Don't give up on your vision. As you go into this week, I challenge you to reflect on your business's foundation and ask yourself, is it solid? Is it uniquely yours? And if you need to go back to the drawing board, then that's okay, because building something real takes time. And if you fail the first time, then you've got a second chance. And if you fail the second time, then you've got a third chance. Okay, only you hold you back. The world needs your unique edge. I hope that inspires you to keep going. Thank you so much for joining me on this first episode of Entrepreneur Unlimited. If you loved today's episode, make sure to subscribe and share with anyone who needs that little extra bit of motivation to bring their vision to life. Stay connected, and I'll see you next week.